personally at that time had a serious medical issue, and I went to the hospital, and they did a very, very difficult test on me. At that time, that test was not yet developed properly. And in the morning, after the test, my wife called the hospital to talk to me, and I didn't answer the phone. There was another man in the same room with me. So finally, after many rings, he answered the phone, and he says, he's sleeping. He said, wake him up. He said, I can't wake him up. He's sleeping. Anyways, to make a long story short, there was a code blue. I was in a coma, they said. They couldn't wake me up. They didn't know why. Maybe the anesthesia was too strong. Maybe the test didn't work. They couldn't wake me up. My wife came rushing to the hospital. By the time she came to the hospital, there was a whole team of doctors in the room. They closed it up. It's called the code blue, which is an emergency. They can't come in. Of course, the first thing she did was she ran to the nurse's station and she called 770. Hyson 39250. That was the number we all called. If that was busy, he called 9251. And Rabbi Klein answered the phone. Rabbi said, I'm in the hospital with Sholom and I can't wake him up. The doctors say he can't wake him up. He said, what number are you at? She tells him the number by the nurse's station. A few minutes later, Rabbi Chodakov calls. Yeah, he wants to speak to me. So my wife says, he's in a coma. I'm in the nurse's station. She says, no, I have a message to him from the Rebbe. I need to speak with him. Anyway, she goes to the room. They won't let her in. She forces herself in. As you know, we Lubavitchers, we do what we have to do. The Rebbe says, Chodakov says he has to speak to me. It means that the Rebbe said he wants to speak to me. Anyway, she comes in, he says, gives her the phone. They connect the phone from the nurse's station to the room. Emergency. My wife says it's an emergency. She picks up the phone and Rabbi Chodakov is on the line. No, Sholom Ber. She says he can't speak. He said, Ich darf reden mit Sholom Ber. Puts the phone next to my ear. And the next thing I hear in the background, the Rebbe's voice, but he says, Branover is coming to Miami, and I have to make sure that I introduce him to certain professors at the university. Dr. Way, he's talking, he's awake. So what is the point here? Why am I telling you the story? Oh, the doctor said it's and crazy, it's a miracle, it just happened, whatever. Chodakov didn't call me to say, how are you feeling? What is the doctor saying? He called to say what you need to do. Get out of your stupor. Get out of your coma. Get out of your Naddishkeit. You have a job to do. That's what the Rebbe wants from each and every one of us. We are living today in a time that we have with us the Rebbe's presence on a practical level. Of course, we want to see the Rebbe B'nai Bas. Of course, we want to come to Farbrengen. Of course, we want to get a dollar from the Rebbe. We miss him. And it's painful that we have to deal with these levels, that we have to go to the spiritual side. But practically speaking, the Rebbe is here with each and every one of us. And I can tell you the fact that it's so. I know it in my own life. And I'm sure that half or three-quarters or everybody on this call can tell you the same thing. The Rebbe is with each and every one of us. And he expects us to fulfill the important mission that he said. There's nothing that the Rebbe said that didn't come to pass. And he said that this is the generation of Mashiach, that this is the day, Hashvi'i, that we're going to see Mashiach and we're going to experience it. It means it's happening.